Okay, so Dalu, what is the First Amendment conference about? What is the First Amendment? Before that, what is the First Amendment?
Okay. So the First Amendment is one of 10 constitutional amendments known as the Bill of Rights that give Americans the rights of freedom of religion, speech, petition, and assembly, as well as expression, as well as the expression of grievances. So it basically guarantees citizens the right to express whatever they want, however they like, but with few exceptions, such as offensive speech, slander, and libel, not protected under the amendment.
Okay, okay. So then, what is the First Amendment conference? What is it the conference about?
The First Amendment Conference serves as a primer to students and faculty members and community members to help them understand the First Amendment better and sharpen their knowledge of the First Amendment, their awareness of their rights as far as the amendment is concerned, like the rights to freedom of speech, expression, and religion. It just basically reminds them that they have rights and enlightens them on how they work.
Okay. What do you think is the main purpose of this conference?
The
Why
purpose-
is it organized every year?
Well, ENMU Department of Communication organizes the First Amendment Conference every year to probably remind students that the First Amendment has a role to play in their daily lives and that it's an important document, and it just reminds them that the freedoms of speech are important as citizens and young students of colleges in America.
So basically, the conference is organized every year by the NMU Department of Communication to enlighten students, to educate students about their First Amendment right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about this year's First Amendment conference. What is the topic of this year's conference?
Okay, this year's conference is First Amendment rights versus student rights. Are they at odds?
Okay. Again, can you repeat the topic again?
First Amendment rights versus student rights. Are they at odds?
Can you elaborate a little bit? Like,
Well, it basically examines the correlation of student rights with the First Amendment. Do student rights matter? Do student rights have a place in the First Amendment? What rights are protected what rights are protected by the amendments and what aren't? And what things can students do to avoid getting in trouble?
okay. Now tell us the date and the time of this conference.
The conference will be held on November 9th, Tuesday, November the 9th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Okay. And where will the conference be held?
It will be held virtually.
Okay, it's going to be a virtual
It's
event?
going to be held virtually, broadcasting from the Department of Communication building right here
Okay.
on Facebook Live.
Okay. So which links should students check for this conference? Like, where should they go to be part of this conference?
So the conference is going to be hosted on Facebook Live at www.facebook.com/enmucom.
Can you repeat it again? Repeat it.
www.facebook.com/enmucom.
Okay. Are there any speakers for this conference?
Yes, speakers include, like, the featured speaker will be David Hatsfield, and a communication graduate and undergrad student like Todd Fuqua and myself.
Okay, so you'll be speaking at the conference.
I'll be speaking at the conference.
Okay, what are you going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give a comparison of the First Amendment offerings for student rights here in the U.S. and the constitutional provisions for student rights in Nigeria, where I'm from. So I'm gonna compare the two systems, and I'm gonna. But my main point, the thesis of my argument will be that student rights offerings here in the U.S. are different than student rights offerings in Nigeria, and I'm basically gonna, like, the main takeaway from my speech is gonna be student right is gonna be U.S. college students don't have to be they need to be content with what they have when it comes to student rights. They don't have to be all like scared or offended that the constitutional rights have been, that First Amendment has been unfair to them because they have it better here than they have in Nigeria.
Okay, that's so good. Okay. All right. So, can you repeat the link again for us? The link of the conference where students can just go to and then be part of the conference.
Okay, so the conference will be hosted on Facebook Live at www.facebook.com/ENMUcom. So the ENMU, so the ENMU Department of Communications, so it's going to be Facebook Live, the ENMU Department of Communications Facebook page at www.facebook.com/ENMUcom.
Okay. Thank you so much.